Imagine a wave of fascination sweeping across Denmark's royal court, an enchanting secret poised to shift centuries-old traditions, now unveiled in a heartbeat. Prepare to step behind the palace gates, into a realm where regal prestige meets youthful romance, where a simple name has stirred whispers in every elegant hall, Emma. Today we dive deep into the moment that stopped time, when Queen Mary and the King of Denmark finally lifted the curtain on their son, Crown Prince Christian's mysterious confidant. This is your front row seat to royal intrigue. The royal household, always so reserved, so meticulously poised, has broken their silence. This is the moment traditions bowed to transparency, the hush of protocol giving way to a carefully crafted confession. It all began with a flurry of speculation. Cameras glimpsed Emma, unassuming yet luminous, by the prince's side. Soon the question swirled: who is this thoughtful figure who captured the attention of Denmark's future king? Officials initially held their peace. Then, in an unexpected moment, one that speaks volumes through its very restraint, Queen Mary and King Frederik extended a message textured with warmth, clarity, and measured pride. Theirs was not a royal proclamation, but a portrait of a family grounded, loving, and engaged in the journey of growing up, even under the limelight. With that gentle revelation, headlines snapped to attention. News outlets raced to capture the essence of Emma's identity, as if her name alone could chart a new course for the monarchy's narrative. Viewers, readers, and citizens followed every detail, hungry for authenticity in a world built on image. There's a reassuring dignity in how the palace has moved. Their restraint isn't emptiness, it's substance. They spoke not to deflect gossip, but to affirm a simple truth: behind the titles, there's a human story. A story of a young man stepping into his own, of parents honoring that journey with trust and grace. Consider the context. Crown Prince Christian, a symbol of Denmark's future, is no longer cast in the role of perpetual expectation. Instead, he's stepping into adulthood, his heart free to choose, his path his own. And Emma, she becomes a figure in her own right, not just as reported girlfriend, but as someone seen, acknowledged, and part of Denmark's living, evolving history. In these moments, the monarchy breathes anew. The public witnesses not a fortress of ceremony, but a circle of care. It's a shift, subtle, but seismic. By sharing this slice of their personal lives, Mary and Frederik offered an unspoken message: we remain a family before we are royalty. From palace corridors to media editorial rooms, from casual coffee chats to classroom discussions, the ripple spreads. It's a reminder that royalty, too, is about the heart's freedom, not just the crown's weight. And as Christian walks that path, with Emma's name softly echoing through rumors and headlines, Denmark watches with curiosity, with fondness, with hope. As the story unfolds, we see the monarchy not as a relic, but as a living tradition, one that listens, adapts, and reflects the society it serves. A story about love, yes, but more than that, about transparency, humanity, and the bridges built by truth. Stay with me as we explore every subtle hint, every choice of phrasing, every glance and gesture that might reveal just who Emma is, and how this quiet announcement rewrote the script for Denmark's royal narrative. I'll take you inside the palace walls, across media cycles, and into the hearts invested in this real-time story of identity, intimacy, and legacy. Let's keep our eyes trained on the evolution of young Crown Prince Christian. Let's observe how Emma's presence, now named, enriches his public journey. Because when a family of that stature chooses openness, it changes what we expect from leadership, from tradition, from ourselves. Follow along, you'll be the first to know how this chapter continues to unfold. Thank you for staying with me, and if you're as captured by this royal tableau as I am, you'll want to be here for every nuance, every update. And as the days pass since that carefully delivered acknowledgement, the public fascination hasn't waned, it's grown more intense. Social media feeds pulse with clips, photos, and commentary dissecting every available moment of Crown Prince Christian and Emma together. Some see this as a refreshing embrace of openness by the Danish royal family, a sign that the monarchy understands the world has shifted into an age where privacy and public curiosity coexist in an unsteady but necessary balance. Others worry that the spotlight might become too bright, too invasive, especially for a young couple still finding their rhythm both privately and publicly. Inside Denmark, the conversation has evolved beyond the simple, "Who is Emma?" question. Now, it's about what her presence signals for the future of the monarchy's public image. Historically, royal partners have been introduced through a slow, cautious process, often after years of discretion. By even subtly acknowledging Emma now, the palace has broken with a rhythm that's defined these introductions for decades. It's not a loud rebellion, it's a gentle recalibration of how much the public is invited to see, and how early. Royal watchers note that this shift might be inspired by Queen Mary herself. After all, she entered the royal sphere as a commoner from Tasmania, meeting then Crown Prince Frederik at the Sydney Olympics in 2000. Her relationship with Frederik was also subjected to immense speculation before it was officially confirmed. Mary has spoken in the past about the challenges of navigating a private romance under public scrutiny, and perhaps that history fuels her decision to treat Christian and Emma's situation with a touch of empathy and transparency. Frederik's stance in all this is equally intriguing. The king has always been described as deeply protective of his children, yet also aware that the heir to the throne cannot be shielded forever. This moment serves as a kind of initiation for Christian, not into state duties or ceremonial roles, but into the delicate dance of balancing personal authenticity with public expectation. That balance will define his reign one day, and perhaps this experience will be a quiet training ground for the leadership style he'll eventually adopt. Emma's role in this evolving story is still emerging. While no formal biography has been released, snippets from those who know her paint a picture of a grounded, intelligent young woman, someone confident yet understated, someone who navigates the sudden attention with remarkable composure. In photographs, she doesn't seem dazzled by the palace lights, instead, she appears steady, present, and subtly supportive. That's not just appealing to the public, it's a quality that suggests she understands the unique pressures of royal life, even if she's only at the beginning of experiencing them. The Danish press, known for its relatively respectful coverage of the royal family, has handled the story with a mix of curiosity and caution. Headlines focus on the symbolic nature of the palace's acknowledgement rather than sensationalizing the couple's movements. Still, international media has taken a more dramatic approach, framing Emma as a potential, future queen, and sparking debates about whether Christian might follow in the footsteps of his father and Mary for love rather than strict tradition. Interestingly, this moment has also resonated far beyond Denmark's borders. Other European royal families, many of which have faced criticism for being too detached or too controlling of personal narratives, are reportedly watching how the Danish royals manage this delicate chapter. Could it inspire a more open approach elsewhere? Or will the inevitable media storm serve as a cautionary tale about revealing too much, too soon? Meanwhile, among the Danish public, there's an undeniable warmth toward Christian's journey. Citizens who have watched him grow up from a shy child into a confident young man see this as a natural step, a rite of passage they are privileged to witness. For them, Emma isn't just the girlfriend, she's a person who, if the relationship continues, could share in the service and representation of the country. That thought carries both excitement and a quiet sense of responsibility. From a broader cultural perspective, this acknowledgement is also a reflection of the times. We live in an era where authenticity is currency, where public figures who maintain a genuine image are more likely to retain loyalty and respect. By gently confirming Emma's presence in Christian's life, Mary and Frederik are aligning themselves with that value, signaling that they trust their people enough to share moments of personal truth. And perhaps that's the heart of why this story has resonated so deeply. It's not about a single announcement, it's about the values it represents: trust, openness, love, and the evolving nature of monarchy in the 21st century. Christian and Emma's story is still in its early chapters, but already it's shaping perceptions of Denmark's royal future in ways that policy and ceremony alone never could. As we move forward, the public will no doubt look for signs, shared appearances, subtle gestures, maybe even an eventual formal debut at a royal event. But for now, the most powerful image remains the simplest: a young prince, standing at the cusp of adulthood, supported by parents who understand both the weight of the crown and the lightness of love. It's a narrative that invites us not just to watch, but to reflect. In a world of shifting traditions and heightened visibility, how do we hold on to the essence of what matters? Perhaps the answer lies in moments exactly like this, where protocol bows to humanity, and where the story of a nation's future king begins, quietly, with the recognition of someone who means something to him. So, as we watch this unfold, remember that the Danish royal story isn't just written in grand ceremonies or historical milestones. It's also written in whispers, in gestures, and in the brave decision to share a name that carries the promise of something beautiful. Now, tell me, what do you think this quiet but powerful acknowledgement means for the monarchy's future, and for the way love and duty will intertwine in Crown Prince Christian's life in the years to come? Subscribe now, like this video if you enjoyed deep royal insights, Share it with friends who follow the monarchy, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.